So, Juro was rocking out.
Best girl put on best show.
I'm half surprised she sang in English.
I mean, I'm kind of not. I was kind of expecting it after like the little sample we got at the start of this arc. We get some nice backstory on her and how like she was really scared to to tell her parents that she wasn't gonna go down the path of a musician like they did.
Right,
Which
right.
that's a cool little nod to people that have that struggle. Like the first, I don't know, 10 minutes of it was kind of just wrapping up Gentle being taken away and trying to claim LaBrava's brainwashed. Which, to be fair, all right, I think the argument can be made that she technically did it to herself.
Yeah,
Like she self brainwashed herself.
yeah, because oh, Gentle, you're amazing.
It's one of those things where it's well, in her case, it was a spark, and then like when Gentle was willing to take her in, it just kind of turned into a wildfire.
And it
Like
seems
there is that argument to be made. Now that's not to say that the things aren't real now. It's just it feels like that immediate fangirlism.
and it seems that he kind of returns her feelings by saying, "Oh, she has nothing to do with me."
Well, here's the interesting bit, and this is the one I found most fascinating, right? The line that the cop gives him is like, well, people that don't get a second chance, yada, 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 are the ones that have already given up. Which kind of makes me feel like Jindal's getting a second shot. Even if we don't ever see him again, it's given that hope of giving him a second shot because he hasn't done anything that's beyond redemption.
Do you think we'll see La Brava?
I don't know. It would be really cool to see Gentle like working with the cops. Because I mean, at this point, he kind of has that mind of a criminal.
And don't a lot of like police try to hire ex jewelry thieves to see how jewelry thieves think?
Well, it's not even that. They hire hackers too to work on like cybersecurity. So Gentle could totally be one of those guys that has like that backup expertise that they might use. Even if he wouldn't be a hero, he'd be aiding the heroes.
And Hound Dog is intense.
He gets very angry, and when that happens, he can't speak English anymore, or Japanese, or any human language really.
Wow, wow, wow.
I just like how as they're walking away, he's just sitting there shaking all might, like he's the one to blame for everything. Like, I wasn't even here, man.
So, Jiro's song was pretty good.
I know, I'd like to listen to it just without like all the background stuff, like just the song itself.
I'm just wondering, did her voice actress sing?
Yes, she's the one that did the earlier testing too, so her voice actress can definitely sing. That's something that people always question when it carries over to English, because usually, especially if it's a female voice actor, they can sing. They can usually sing pretty damn well.
Because I know. Oh, what was it? Disney movie. I think it was The Lion King who had singing voice actors for the main cast.
I know for Simba, I'm not 100% sure for the other characters. Simba definitely had somebody else singing for him.
So I'm just wondering, will they re-record the song for the English version?
See, that's the thing. They might not. They might just keep the song in as it is and just overdub with the other like regular English cast. It would be interesting if they redubbed it, but it was with Japanese lyrics instead.
I was just about to say that as a joke, but that would be interesting.
Just to get the like the reverse effect to it.
So, since she can really sing well, is her voice actress a singer or not?
I don't know. That's a question. I have no idea. All I know is that it was definitely her singing.
So, Eyelash Girl. What?
Oh, hold on before we move on to that. Song and dance number worked out really well.
Eri was so happy.
The look on Minetta's face when he just shows up like he's some fucked up gangster. I'm just like, what? How is this the heron part? Oh my god. Oh god, that I liked that part. But yes, Eri smiling. Oh, and that's right. That was the other part I wanted to mention. The visual of just like the Crow Chisaki's shadow just over top of her being like blown away was awesome. That was a great visual for that. And then we got Class 1B's play,
Which was
which
weird.
it had a combination of everything, including Star Wars.
It had a little too much going on, if you ask me.
Your father, King Gandalf, King of Gondor, really wasn't your father. It was me. No.
Naughty.
So ridiculous.
What was Gondor from?
I think it was Lord of the Rings. If not, it was The Hobbit.
Okay, because I know Gandalf.
It was one of the two. Gondor was one of the two. I want to say it was in Lord of the Rings, though. If not both. It's been a long time since I've read either. Or watched either.
Yeah, I'm definitely sure Gandalf was Lord of the Rings, though.
Oh, yes. Definitely. He is definitely the Lord of the Rings. He's the magic super wizard.
Yes.
You
shall not pass.
Yes, exactly. Yes, then we move on to the beauty pageant, and insane eyelash girl, who I actually ended up looking up at the end of the episode, because I'm like, did she actually have a quirk?
Was that golden thing her quirk?
No. She's an engineering student. She made that.
What?
Yeah. She is not a hero class. She is an engineering student.
So what's her quirk?
She doesn't have one, as far as I know. There wasn't anything listed in the wiki about her.
But what's with the giant eyelashes?
That's beauty, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, we also got to see fucking Lock-On Girl. I keep forgetting her name all the time because she's only in now and then. The other engineering girl that made the gloves for Deku.
I know who you mean.
Hanabi?
I think.
Don't remember her name, but anyway, we get to see her in an actual school uniform rather than just overalls and shit and engineering gear, which was an interesting change up because I was like thrown for a loop for a second on who it was because she didn't even have her goggles on.
Yeah.
Oh god. Hatsume. So I had the H right, but that's about all I got. So yeah, Hatsume was like in a school uniform, and I'm just like, wait, who's this?
Who is this, and why is she adorable?
Who is this, and what have you done with Hatsume? She's not covered in grease and dirt. You know what? From now on, if she's ever in that school uniform again, I'm just calling her Hanabi. She's only Hatsume when she's in her fucking engineering gear. Because at that point, they're like two different people. It's like fucking Superman and Clark Kent. The minute the glasses are off, I have no idea who this person is.
Oh my god, but Eri was so adorable this episode.
That's the goal. Oh, man.
I think we'll see Eri now that this arc's over?
Might. I wouldn't be surprised if we get, like, some tidbits here and there that might even... I wouldn't be surprised if there's, like, a... even if it is just, like, a single filler episode or something, you know? Because they've done the one-off filler episodes, too. Like the one we had where Froppy was doing her own thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was a complete filler episode. So there's totally a chance that, at the very least, there might be a filler episode of Deku meeting up with her at some point. I mean, we look, man, we even had, what's his name? Fucking, God, I'm blanking on names so badly right now.
Engine Quirk?
No. Guy that lost his quirk last time.
Lemillion.
Lemillion, there we go. We'll go with the hero name, because I can't remember his actual name, because I'm an idiot. And I remember it starts with a T. That's about all. Anyway, we actually get to see him crying at the same time as the show's going on, so that was nice.
Togata.
There you go. Togata. Everybody likes 1A now because they made an amazing show. Even the guy with like the fucking torpedo hair and the strong ass jaw. I love when he starts copping up from behind the other students because it literally looks like a submarine coming out of the water. And he's just like, we came to criticize, but we were wrong, as he runs away with the other girl.
You were amazing!
Literally a submarine coming out of the water. That visual was great. What else actually happened besides that?
Not much.
There were no candy apples, but Deku made one himself for Eri, and she was so happy because it was so sweet. And that's about it. Oh, we kind of covered that. We got a section of Brava being interviewed for being willing to help her with her hacking with people, but nope, just wants to help Gentle. That's it.
I can't
So if Gentle turns over, she'll turn over.
I can't remember the last time I had a candy apple, but now I kind of want one.
I had a caramel apple that was chocolate covered for Christmas. It was delicious.
Nuts or anything else?
I'm trying to remember. I don't think there were no nuts. It was a caramel apple with like little mini chocolate chips, both white and milk, and then like Christmas sprinkles on it too.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to because I threw it in the fridge because I didn't eat it right away, I had to fucking saw at it with like a steak knife to even eat it. Because it was so hard. And it was so large I couldn't bite it.
That's the problem with caramel apples sometimes.
But they can be so delicious sometimes. I'm not a big fan of caramel apples with nuts. But that's just me. I'll take the chocolate one, or I'll take it with just caramel. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Caramel and some whipped cream.
Ooh.
That's really it. The festival went off without a hitch. We got a preview for the next episode.
And it's going to be about hero rankings.
Yes, and we got to see Hawks, who is one of the young kids in the ending pictures. He's the one who's blindfolded, and you see him throwing out the wings and the wing feathers.
Okay.
He's shooting them. I also know that Bunny Girl that's in those pictures as well is an important role at some point. I don't think it's this season. I think it's gonna be next season. But she's fucking Bunny Hero ripped. She's got freaking abs. But that's really it. I'm super curious to see these rankings and shit. Because this is something that we kind of talked about before. It's who is the number 2 now?
Yeah.
Because if Mr. Hellfire, I forget his name. God, I'm terrible today.
Oh.
Todoroki's dad.
Let's just go with Mr. Hellfire.
Yeah, because that's his quirk. I remember his quirk. I don't remember what his actual name is. And we even saw him at the beginning of this arc too, which is even better. It's terrible.
Actually, Hellfire isn't his quirk. I just typed Hellfire into Boku Wiki and nothing came up.
Let me see here. His name
Endeavor.
is Endeavor. And his quirk is called
Hellflame.
I was close. Hellflame. I was close.
Okay. I'll give you credit.
Alright. I'll take my points, damn it.
No!
Anyway, we see him step up. If he's the current number 1, who's number 2? Is it Hawks, this new guy?
Maybe?
Where's Saitama in this list?
Yeah.
Where's the Caped Baldy? That would be great if that's literally in the list in the background somewhere. He's just somewhere in the lower ranks.
Are both of those
just as a reference?
titles?
Yes. At least as far as I know. This one is for sure. I'm pretty sure that One Punch is. But it would be great just as a reference to that, because they're both superhero shows.
Yeah.
Just throw Cape Baldy in there in the background on the list somewhere.
I just wonder if this, Pro Hero board will just be the final 2 episodes, Or will this be like some larger arc that starts off?
They got to set up for the arc. So this might be whatever this thing is, hero rankings. The next one might end up being the setup because one of them, at least one of them, has to be a setup for the next season.
Oh yeah, season 3 kind of ended in the middle of the Let's Rescue Aerie arc by introducing Lemillion.
Yeah, season 3 was first thing was like introducing Lemillion and the big three: Lemillion, Sun Eater, and
Fat Gum?
not Fat Gum, the other one. I forget what her hero name is. But the girl that won Nejiri, the one that won the beauty contest in the end. The final episode of that was basically introducing them.
And Fat Gum seems to be back to his normal girth.
It didn't take him long. I don't know what the time skip was between those points, but it didn't take him long to regain his weight. I assume he just has a storehouse somewhere.
Or maybe he just ate like his sumo.
Hey, look, man, he might just have a restaurant he frequents, and they know that when he's skinny, man needs to eat, and he will pay. He will gladly pay.
Ooh.
And hey, look, actually, that would be cool, now that I'm thinking about it. If I had to guess correctly, maybe it's a win-win situation where Fat Gum gets to eat for free, but the restaurant gets the publicity of having Fat Gum eating there.
Oh.
And they have him as an advertisement, basically. Of like, this is the place where Fat Gum gets all his food. Or like, it's the best food. Or gets his refill. That's better. Gets his refill.
Awesome.
The Fat Gum refill. That's one of the menu items, and it's just whatever the fuck makes Fat Gum heavy as shit. The most calorie-intensive shit ever.
Do you think it's like a food challenge, like people from all around Japan come?
It could literally be. That would be legit. They could totally do that. The Fat Gum Challenge. Come face the Fat Gum Refill Challenge. Can you eat as much as Fat Gum?
Oh my god.
If you do, you get a picture with Fat Gum the next time he shows up. And your fucking face on the board and a t-shirt saying, I survived the Fat Gum Refill. Done. Look, alright. I got this. People, come to me. I know how to advertise this shit. I know what I'm doing.
Oh my god. So, come back with us next week when we wrap up, or nearly wrap up this season, since there's only 2 more left.
Ultimate episode.
Yeah. So I guess that's it.
Or as Pop Team Epic would say, fall in love with us again.
I was just I was listening to that podcast.
I was listening to a podcast where one of the guys just like finally watched it, and he's like, "It's the best meme shit I've ever seen," and he's not wrong.
Yeah, go watch that episode of Brandon's Discuss Anime.
I just watch our backlog of the channel in general. We're all in quarantine, guys. You have the time. Watch our bullshit. It will eat up a lot of your time.
So until then, later.
Bye.